All right, so
Never mind.
Sky Temple. This was the map I thought that we would see no matter what not picked, but it's a big map where Brightwing can get damage done in the solo, but you can't do the 1-1-3 here very easily. Maybe they will try. I mean, it has been done before. This is really reminiscent of Swoy Brightwing, what we're watching right now, that ended up winning BlizzCon basically through that pick the earliest part of the group stages last year. So let's see, man, can that Swoy-esque Brightwing style bring them to BlizzCon on Sky Temple? We're about to find out. Game number 5, it's all down to this.
I think the key, the highlight of the draft should be Sonya just first picking from either team. Even this map, even if Mighty likes to run the Genji Brightwing competition so much, Sonya has so much power on that tempo, on that top lane. Once she gets past that wall, she will just dominate in the laning phase and also team fight potential. Let's take a look at Sonya's win rate for tonight only. Actually, not really too high. I believe 2-2.
No, she's 1-3.
1-3.
Yeah. Only one on Infernal Shrines. She's lost all other 3 maps.
That's right.
So 1-3. Very much a close win rate, or sorry, a less close win rate than we've expected for Sonya tonight, but has not really been working out. The Brightwing solo lane has been the stronger move. The flanks, the Emerald Winds, we have not seen. Sure, we didn't see it from L5 or MVP Black yet because they already qualified for BlizzCon. Brightwing was only used after that tiebreaker match. So this is the best Brightwing play we've seen in Korea though, period. And they're prioritizing it more than any other team. And it's won them many team fights. It's won them many soaks.
Do you want to risk the ban from the beginning, though?
Onto Brightwing? I don't think so.
No, not maybe anything other than Morales or Ariel from the beginning.
I would like to see a Genji ban. Then play the double support war in the team fights that you're familiar with, that you played all season. Tempest played that all season better than Mighty. They won their match 3-1 against
Genji,
Mighty.
And if Morales survives, because Genji, oh, look at that.
Okay, so it's the same kind of ban.
Sonya. Because Genji can be a big threat onto the backline of Lieutenant Morales, which L5 used against Tempest when Tempest had Lieutenant Morales. But then they're going around big time here, banning Sonya.
Okay, so they want Ariel. So I like this, actually. It's a similar way to do what I was describing. It's not the Genji ban, but it's still a throwaway ban.
When it was open, Mighty just banned Tassadar oftentimes. Let's see if they stick with their old ban style.
This is the reason why a lot of people think that there should be 3 bans in Heroes of the Storm right now, because in this moment, right, if you have first pick, you can really control the flow of the draft in terms of top tier S heroes if there are only 2 that are really highly picked. So this is, if you're wondering why people say that, it's because of situations like this. Because now Mighty's like, oh god, we have to give them either Ariel or Morales. That's really terrible. They get one of their own, and they get the pair hero with it. That's why this draft works like this, right? It's still fair in a certain point of view, but it's really rough. They're gonna ban the ETC, so that's why I'm saying they can get the other one. So they ban the ETC, Tempest and the Lock and the Morales. They're gonna probably get Valariel, but oh, actually we'll go the other way. This is interesting. Still, this is I think what Tempest should do. Because getting out-rotated by the Brightwing pick. They're still going to pick Brightwing over Morales? I did not see that. The whole crux of everything we were talking about is to bait them into the Morales pick, play the 2-support versus 2-support, win it your way, but they're just not even willing to do that.
They are sticking with Genji Brightwing. That combo has what... It is what Tempest has been struggling all this series, so they will stick to their strategy. And it's 2-2. But on this map, though, if they cannot have the sustain coming out from Ariel, will be huge when you're fighting on that tempo. I don't know how well you can out macro when the tempo will do direct shots compared to that. Let's see if Tempest will go Vala and maybe Uther, even Morales, Tassadar, Tyrael. So much protection. Maybe a Tracer. This is drawing out a Tracer ban.
Yeah. Tracer ban, very strong here.
But Do you ban Tracer here or do you ban Vala here? Which one do you ban?
I think you ban the Tracer. Tracer has done a wonder on a lot of Genji players throughout this playoffs. If you know Deflect is down, you can kill the Genji with the Pulse because, especially post 10, you have little fear, I think, against the Vala with this comp because you're just going to be avoiding fighting a lot of the time. But Tracer can also chase down and punish a Brightwing who's split pushing. I think the Tracer is much scarier here than the Vala. They're obviously also considering the Illidan ban because he's probably going to be the solo laner here and he will become a pseudo-global.
I would actually ban Tracer too because lockdown on Vala was not... Of course, there may be a change even if Vala comes out, but lockdown on Vala oftentimes was not positioning himself perfectly.
Cassia.
Aha.
Well, now Tempest has a lot of choices.
Okay, I like this one. Mighty, because if they're against... If Tempest is against double global on this map, they will just trade tempos, and Mighty has been doing that so well. And because Sonya is gone, it's really hard to win the top lane unless you play something like Martheo. You do have Tyrael, but having Tyrael, Martheo, and ranged assassin does fit. Maybe that's not the style they want here.
Now the 3-1-1 is the reason why they banned this. It's dominated against them on Towers of Doom. Infernal Shrines did quite well as well, but in terms of solo laner now, it's a big question as to what Mighty will pick. Malthael still being available means he's going to be a high chance. But against Tyrael, you're like, I don't know if I really want that, actually.
Uther is, I guess, close to...
Now, Uther is almost a guaranteed pick.
Close to 110%.
Okay, actually not going to be. This is risky, this draft.
Negative 110%.
I mean, Uther was almost a given, considering how much he's been able to do for Genji in each and every game.
That's right.
Like, out of the 2 games they won with Genji, which are both the games they won, obviously, it's been Uther in game 1, and then it was Tyrael in the second game, but it was invulnerability that allowed those Dragon Blades to work. And you interrupt the Dragon Blade if you palm, so that's not really a thing. We were only seeing Brightwing with the Emerald Wind, and even Blink Hill would be enough to save the Genji. So, I think this is a bit of a puzzling pick. I'm a little bit surprised by it. It's more mobility, mobility, and it can threaten the Ariel a little bit more. It can threaten the Taster, force out those phase shifts. But yeah, a bit of a questioning one.
Are we going to see some weird picks? Well, they do have lots of tools.
I think Lunara and Tracer are the best bets here. Tracer struggles against Deflect. Obviously, Lunara is safer.
But the blind is already there on the other side.
So, kind of a catch-22. They'll take Malthael Greymane.
Okay.
First Greymane game.
They were baiting so much, but blind will be effective against the Greymane and also Martheo, though. So, Johanna still a decent pick.
Yeah. Also, Greymane will be... Zeratul can ruin this comp.
I brought this up yesterday. Good Zeratul has been the key point in some of the games in phase number 1, but he will bring it back, bringing the memories of L5, how Jungha basically destroyed Tempest with those Void Prisons.
We will see, guys. This is going to be a much more standard comp on the side of Tempest. They have a strong solo laner. They have an Ariel comp. They have Tassadar and Malthael with Tyrael on their side. Feels like the cards are stacked against Mighty. Can this card that was pulled out of the sleeve of Mighty, this Zeratul, this cloaked hero, turn the tides and bring him to their very first international event, BlizzCon? Let's find out right now on Sky Temple. In blue, Team Tempest, Hyde on Ariel, Honkono on Greymane, Lockdown on Tassadar, Sign on Tyrael, and H82 bringing up the Malthael.
And on the right, looking for their first chance to go to BlizzCon. Joker on Johanna, BDG on Genji, Good on Zeratul, Nasang's Brightwing, and Magi on Karazim.
Wouldn't be a Honkono build here, or sorry, wouldn't be a Honkono Genji with, or God. Wouldn't be a Honkono Greymane without a Honkono build.
The series is way too intense for us.
Yes. All right. So this is Dami's original build. They played it together as teammates when they won the 2016 title. And now Honkono's going to bring it in already with Wolfheart here at level 1.
And good secret weapon. Zeratul is here to pressure the back line.
Uh-oh, Dimensional Shift already used.
Ooh, they were chasing the wrong direction.
Lockdown is so smart to go down. If he went left, they would have killed him.
Yep, it was near his allies, so going down seems to be like the smart choice.
Also near the fort and everything else, the heap wall, or sorry, the cannon towers.
And also, phase shifting into Zeratul. Not just the Genji this time.
Yeah.
Ooh. It's a different style of dive.
It's double dive, yeah. Remember, like you said, we saw this a lot in Season 1. And in even a little bit of Phase 2 Part 1 where Genji was released, but the double dive here is pretty crazy. You've got Polymorph to help secure the kills. We've seen incredible condemns throughout this series. Joker 100% win rate on the Johanna.
I was initially thinking in the draft maybe we'll see an Illidan coming out from Mighty because they used to play some Illidan on this map. Of course, after the nerf, we basically do not see Illidan anymore. But Zeratul was still a decent pick. As good, showed some great boy presence. Also had some HGC Korea highlights on his play.
Faster rotation. Mighty understanding the larger map again better. Taking both temples. In fact, delaying this temple, they could get a temple and a half out of this. They already took the experience. The Tastar's bot. Bribing could come top to actually wrestle control of this temple away. They just want to continue to poke here. Tastar's coming up. Bribing's just going to soak. So even if they trade now for the rest of this, Mighty has already won in terms of what they're able to get. They've got 1.2 of the temples, and they're getting extra soak. And they might get more because they finished this faster. Brightwing could teleport into contest.
Yeah, just like the early snowball of every.
There's a pick. Malthel's dead. They can go take this temple now. So well done.
Easy.
Brightwing play coming out tonight of Nasang is just fantastic.
And maybe if they go to BlizzCon, he can build a new name for himself, as Mighty will be first, but may get punished. Just Swift Strikes away.
So Mighty is ahead in every way. And remember, this map does not favor comebacks. This map does not allow very easy returns to form when you're behind in structures, when you're behind in experience. Very snowball-y.
It's even called snowball of Temple sometimes, and Joker just soaking in some damage as Mighty is trying to
commit down.
When they have the macro as H82's back up from top, Tempest wants to do some damage onto this wall and possibly look for that fountain.
Just want to force out Dimensional Shift. That's what BDG is trying to do here onto Lockdown. He has a great escape, but he doesn't have a large health pool. But yes, as you say, they're trying to get the fountain here. BDG should be able to tap it. She doesn't even want to. Good rotates down. Sign's headed up. And again, Brightwing is winning the top lane just through poke. The solo lane matchup for Malthel not as easy when you're up against a ranged hero like this. A ranged solo laner is very rare. We almost never see it. So because this is a ranged hero that's also a global, you can do so much with it. Good's going to invade here, or at least scout this out, I should say. Which means that they can just go over and go ahead and take theirs. Looks like he's looking for potentially a jump onto Malthel yet again.
He doesn't take the risk, so he made the right choice as they're going for their own camp. He was just trying to scout what was happening onto the other side a little bit. And meanwhile, Johanna is at the bottom actually, because the next temple phase will be bottom. It will be easier for Brightwing to teleport in.
I want everyone to remember that, like, observing this comp from Mighty is mostly about just staring at the minimap. Like, G-Clef and I are commentating this game, but most of the time we're watching the minimap because you need to know you need to know where everyone is going, where the heroes are missing experience, and where Mighty is trying to edge out advantages from the fact that they have this global solo laner in this game. All right, this is going to be important. They didn't get the healing fountain earlier, so that's still up for Mighty. This one will guarantee a team 10 first.
They want to contest. Seems like they actually do not want to. They're just soaking top and bottom, as taking down the fort will gain them about the same experience as they would do from this bottom temple.
Okay, they're just gonna let this go, yeah.
They're trying to do double fort instead. Johanna has been will just try to delay some damage.
Yeah, the good thing about this is that not only do they get double fort, but they get double experience. Like in lanes right now, only Tastar is gaining the mid experience. So Brightwing's still getting experience top. That's why they're pushing 10. So like I said, whoever wins this gets 10 first, and Mighty sure they didn't get the temple. That's not what I meant by win. I meant by whoever wins the trade in this phase. Look at this push. going to actually almost nearly get a cannon tower there in the top lane. And the fort survives. So do they get the 2 forts? No, but more importantly, they got 10, which can give them opportunities to boss, for example.
Oh my, they're going greedy. But I don't think it's too greedy because they do have Void Prison, which can be used defensively to take that boss when...
I don't think Tempest even knows.
Now they know.
Tassadar went top. Yeah, now they know. They have 10.
Yeah. Aldruin was dropped down.
Okay, Void though. Void. They can't get close to the boss. Tyrael can't sink. Sick Void. 7-sided strikes to force out this Aegis here. H82's in trouble.
They want to do more than just the boss. They were looking for the kill onto H82. BDG may get so low and...
Oh, that was so close. H82 lives with less than 10 health there. But still, they get the boss. That Void was so good. So far, 1-for-1 Void Prisons. Let's keep track of how much the Zeratul does in Voids. Trapping Tyrael so he couldn't actually get into Sank was the key moment there. They only get a wall from this, but it's better than a solo kill, so...
And again, BDG makes that one mistake per game, and it's already been done, so maybe later on in this game we'll see some perfect Genji blades.
Yeah.
He just has to do it once a game, man.
He's been, of the 5 Genjis we've seen this series, 4 have been his, and he has whole-handedly, with the support given to him, carried a lot of these fights. Nearly got the kill in the Malthael there. I can't even blame him for that. I mean, the human eye couldn't even see how low the hit bars went on H82 there. So, we're going to see this attempt. This is the kind of attempts that Swoy was talking about all the time, man. The poly ganks. So, Swoy has always spoken about this. It's the Swoy principle. How to get 3 ganks before 10 minutes with the Brightwing, or you're doing it wrong.
Maybe changing after tonight, as Nasang is making his perfect right-wing play, and Magi coming for the defense.
Okay, so good now. Going to commit into here to lockdown. Dimensional Shift already used. Just have to blink away. Good trade here, though, for Mighty. Fantastic play out of Mighty.
So they got
tonight.
the push onto the fort, onto the top, which is really not letting H82 to extend any further than the fort lane. Even when he goes to the fort, he will get punished from all that global. The poly came in handy. They were going to get the kill without the poly, but just to secure it, they can just trade this one, have their macro as their favor, as they will also control the bottom lane very soon.
Okay, so this could be a win for Tempest, though. Like, they actually will probably win the temple shots. In fact, they're looking to invade right now. Oh, Mighty spots this, though. They have Aegis available. This is a risk that Mighty's taking here. They're down on numbers. They baited out the Tormented Souls, though. That's a huge trade for them. Brightwing's trying to steal some of these shots, trying to go double temple.
Yep, SG or RSI are on the minimap. Brightwing could have got like 1 shot off the temple, maybe?
Still trying to buy time. They could try to force a fight here. Unfortunately, Good isn't a global. So if it were Brightwing down there, this would be a different scenario because they could teleport in and try to force the fight with Blessed Shield. They get 13 first. Structures dead even now, 4-4. Well, it might actually change here in just a moment, as the last shots very likely kill this. So yeah, it will be all forts dead for Tempest.
This is intense macro play from both teams, but the team who doesn't panic as much at the very last moment, I think they will just take it. And this is the last one. Mighty, with the Zeratul, I think they have a very good tool to change everything with just 1 Void Prison. It's so much in the hands of Good, but also Mighty onto the other side. But Emerald Wind has been very effective. I don't think Nasang died too many times in this series.
Oh, he really hasn't. His angles have been good. His understanding of how to teleport and get the right angle has been fantastic. As long as he even ease himself, Pixie does to get himself into the right position. Camps will be traded here. Brightwing obviously getting more value in the top lane. And Tempest is just going to invade here. Ooh, Joker outs them out here. They should know that he's alone, but still, it's a Johanna. They don't want to commit heavily. This is greedy from Tempest. Tormented Souls just came back online.
It does get the shift out. That's always one of the best things to start off the team fights.
Uh-oh, Sign is caught here. Emerald Wind does come through. He will secure this, but H82's polyed. Does get his Tormented Souls off. Will it be enough to heal him up? Looks like the answer is yes.
He just survived alone with Ariel 2, and 3 were trapped in there. I believe Greymane went in there because he wanted to survive.
I mean, the whole idea from that was to get the Tormented Souls off, or sorry, to prevent the Tormented Souls, kill him before he could get it off. They just miscalculated again. Big condemn. I love how Joker's willing to just condemn minion waves. Even if he hits all the heroes and like puts himself at risk, he's like, no, I'm just going to clear this. Again, the Brightwing clear of the caps top allow this to damage the keep wall, so better trade here for Mighty. Zeratul might go in for a flank here. He doesn't have Void.
That's a 2 out of 2 good Void Prison for me.
Yes.
That was a good delay tactic, having the support trapped in the back line. But when they control the macro, they just have to retreat, disengage from the fight, not really losing anyone from your team seems to be the way to go, as they are controlling the macro as even in Sky Temple.
So Brightwing comes top because she knows that they want to actually take the top temple because Tast already rotated up there, and because they just took the Siege Giant camp, so they want to have the opposite pressure going down here. Unfortunately, because they didn't realize this quickly enough, Brightwing's going to be able to take a lot of the top shots and then teleport down. They still didn't even completely deal with the Mercenary camp in the top lane.
Maybe even get the entire keep.
I think they will. I think this was a mistake by Tempest to not go top immediately.
Let's see, they have to punish this then. They have to get some kills.
Joker solo. Okay, Emerald Wind saves him another 3 for 3 good VP. And they could just get out here. The keep is so low, they can backdoor that with Nasong. They used a lot of heroics for this, but I think it was absolutely worth it at the end of the day.
It
absolutely.
takes courage to come in teleporting into your ally who's very low, who's focused from 5 members, because you may actually fall along with your ally.
Or you might fail to teleport. You might not make it there because your opponent kills the hero you're trying to phase shift upon to. So
Nasang just, I think if Mighty takes this, Nasang will be on that MVP desk.
Absolutely. And they've got the keep. They've got the lead now. Tempest, a team that's only won 1 global tournament. They won a Super League. They went on to win the 2016 summer season. But they have not been able to impress since. Always been 3rd place, but it might not even be they take that 3rd place spot this time. Failed to get BlizzCon last year. Failed to make mid-season brawl. They're looking to get this boss.
Alone, but bought so much time with those blind, and they are now
Good's
kicking
coming
in. Void Prison is not available to hide so low. Aegis has to come down.
Go! Look at the timing on that Dragon Blade. It kills him immediately. Will he survive through this damage, though? Coming out from H82, he just barely does. That might be enough. H82 once again doing enough damage in this fight. Halcone's on the chase here, on to Good. Ends up being a win for Mighty, but that Dragon Blade, out of control Good. That was so perfect.
They just have to go deal with this boss. May take some damage onto the keep. May actually be even close without Kerosene and Johanna. But they got the keep on top. They delayed. They took down so many members of Tempest, delaying their macro. How they can come back into this game. Mighty still has the control in this game.
Oh, certainly. They were going to keep this keep alive. They have more ways to use the extra keep, even if it was a keep for a keep. The split pushing that Brightwing can do is something that Tempest just simply doesn't have in their comp. Even though they can technically use a Tastor or a Greymane to split push, it's just not going to be as useful. It's always going to be risky. You have no way of escaping. You have no way of getting out. And so, Tempest, they made the right call for the boss. They got the boss. But not getting the boss would have cost them the game after that fight. Still, in terms of structures, a lead for Mighty. And they will get this keep if they are able to control this temple. Tempest may decide to backdoor with these Siege Giants, but again, they have no globals. And this keep damage is going to be direct, whereas their Siege Giants are going to come a lot slower. Brightwing can deal with that, just exactly where she's going right now, down to the bot lane.
And Zeratul is on to the other side, trying to spot the rotation. As Brightwing, after dealing with that camp, they can simply just give up on this temple, and they will still control the macro, because I believe that middle tempo is still very healthy, even with the fountain.
Yeah. So as soon as they deal with that, we're just going to see that teleport in. All 10 heroics are available. Okay, here we go. They're committing to this early. 420. Brightwing does push everybody away. Pushes H82 out of the fight. Takes a lot of damage from that 7 side, but Magi is going to die here. And I think this might have been a little bit too soon on the side of Mighty to commit to this one. They were so close. They were so close in this game. Joker is going to use the Condemn to get the slow. The Poly will keep him alive. He needs to live, or they are not going to BlizzCon. Ice Block used. Brightwing can she get over the wall here? Just barely. Just barely. Psystorm's coming through. Second Psystorm. Nasong pings himself.
Wow.
But this still isn't over yet. This could be a win for Tempest. This could be their road to BlizzCon right now.
Let's see how they want to manage this. The top Campbell will be taken
the
by
core. The core is under attack. The core is under attack. 2 catapults up there. I think Tempest might want to decide to go home here. Core is under attack right now.
Or they want to go in for Tempest core, and they will go
Soon to be three.
Here.
Soon to be 3 catapults. They need to Hearth. They need to Hearth right now. Johanna is delaying them. They're trying to Hearth. They're trying to mount away. Johanna dismounting them. Core's under attack. That one's in range of the keep. Looks like they will be able to get the Hearths up. We need to be watching this fight in the middle, not the core under attack. That was going to happen no matter what. Tempest is going to try to control this shrine. No one's Hearthed home. The next catapult's going to be there soon. Okay, we're going to see the commitment to the fight. Dragon Blade available here. Neither team has 20.
Emerald Wind does not really connect on to anyone. BDG will just escape. They will get some control over the temple now, doing some damage into the middle keep. But the push is real. Still a catapult on that top lane will be having the core pressure.
Looks like Mighty's just going to try to play it safe here. It's risky to commit to this fight when the core isn't guaranteed. It's not guaranteed. A fort or keep isn't guaranteed. But Tempest catches up in this game. They're going to get 20, a fraction of time before Mighty will. We have not had a series this close in all year long of this tournament.
Every single game, it was so close.
We have never had a series this close.
Game 5, 20-20. 17 minutes.
Every single BlizzCon qualifier as well. You go back to the finals of Super League 2015, 2016 semifinals, and this one, all 3 BlizzCon qualifiers, if you look at them, this is by far the closest. The rest of them were stops, shutouts. They upset DK win. The loss of MVP Miracle in that round of 4 in Season 3 of Super League, they were stops, they were shutouts. L5 destroyed Miracle to go to that finals against Black. This time, our 3rd time at OGN to have a BlizzCon qualifier match, we go all the way.
Let's see how they want to finish this game with the game-ending move. Holy Ground will be available for Tyrael. Does decide to come in.
He wants to use the Holy Ground here, but now he's trapped himself potentially. Looks like he's going to get out. HA2 wants to start this fight. Is polyed, but now he can freely use his Tormented Souls.
And the bottom push will be giant as his golems are pushing in. Double golems,
Double golem. Oh, this is an opportunity for Boss. I don't think Mighty can let this happen. They're rotating in. They need to get here fast. Sank and Holy Ground, tools they could use. Could be Emerald Wind. Okay, blocked away for now. Here it comes. Emerald Wind! Nasong is not going to get it, though. Not going to happen. Sank! Blocked
right after with the Void. The boss is going, though. They need to make a move. They need to have a team wipe here. Mighty is. Genji is doing so much damage.
7-sided. Okay, there's another kill for the Dragon Blade. BDG's still alive. The boss and all those catapults are headed core.
But they need to go home.
They need to go home right now.
The boss is pushing.
They need to go home. I don't know if they can. They're going to target down Hyde, but the core is under attack. Hyde is dead.
They are racing for the core. They're not going back. They're going
for the core.
In.
It's going to be a race. This is insane. Okay.
It's the first one. They do have the catapult, but it's not here
BDG,
yet. BDG actually
he lives. He lives. He lives.
They're racing for the core. Sign is there onto the other side. Boss is doing so much damage.
Oh
Tempest
my God, it's so close.
One.
They could still win it, but they will not. Tempest will take the series, and they will go to BlizzCon. They have a chance now to be global champions again.
What
finally!
An epic ending of the series.
Finally!
Final game, the race for the core.
And yet again, Mighty will find themselves 4th place as history repeats itself 3 for 3 times. Tempest will finish with 3rd place. They will go to BlizzCon. It'll be their first BlizzCon. It'll be their first chance to take that title, to hold that trophy high in front of a crowd. They have not experienced a tournament like this since DreamHack Summer 2016. It's been a year and a half, but finally they will go to BlizzCon. Ever Mighty, I don't know how I would even be able to accept how this must feel. It was the closest BlizzCon qualifier we have ever had at OGN, and it came down to that final map. Tempest will win. What a tragic story for Mighty. What a close series. And we'll never see Nasong's Brightwing at BlizzCon, not this year. But I feel like a lot of teams will remember this moment as they prepare. A lot of supports are going to be looking at what Nasong accomplished in this best of 5.
A lot of viewers will remember this entire series. If you watched it from the beginning, one of the most epic series I've ever seen in Heroes of the Storm history.
I mean, what a crazy one. Oh.
Wow.
I'm speechless.
And it's been 3 hours already, and seems like that was a 18-minute boss, I believe. And even though it seemed like a so long time has passed in game number 5, 18-minute boss. Maybe they thought it doesn't do too much damage. I think the golem did just the extra damage to take it out. They had some burst damage, but just not enough with the double support. That core, I guess they could not even defend it when they hurt back home.
They didn't have VP either. Like if VP was available, he could have tried to VP the core.
That's right.
Michael Udall style, but I mean, that was a very, very touching series. I'm a little bit speechless myself.
I was wondering why the VP was not dropping for the boss capture, but it was dropped at the moment of the sanctification because VP top sank.
Yeah.
What a wonderful use of Void Prison. 4 out of 5 or 5 out of 5. Great Void Prison coming out from Good, but it was just not enough to turn the things around.
Good is considered the best Zeratul in Korea for so long until Jungha passed him, right? It was cool to see him in that final game play his best hero. Nasang was on the Bright Wing as well, which he's shown throughout this playoffs. That is kind of his identity now, is the Bright Wing. We saw great plays of the Joker, game and game again on the Johanna. I feel like as sad as Mighty must feel right now, it was not a better way to lose a series than that way. I feel like they showed their best series of their careers tonight.
I wish we had 4 Korean teams
going to
BlizzCon. This was so close. I mean, if I can use some power of G-Clef power or Wolf power, I'm pretty sure I will try to send them, but it was so close. Tempest will be going to BlizzCon along with MVP Black and L5, but with this kind of series, but I think Tempest, they had some moments of choking in few games, indecisiveness, but after watching this series, I think they will go high up in BlizzCon.
Let's see who is going to be the MVP of BlizzCon qualifiers, the finals of HGC Korea. Who will it be? A tough question for anyone who has to make this choice to send someone. Very likely it will be Hyde, I would choose. Let's see, who is it? It's going to be Sai.
Oh, well, I was looking in the left and right, and then Sign in the middle. You deserve a clap. Everyone, round of applause. Clap in the chat. The last one, when you went in to steal the camp, steal the golem, you made that choice with the holy ground.
그리고 마지막 핵각을 보는 그 상황에서 저는 제일 궁금한 건 그 부스의 그 분위기.
What was going on at the time at the last team?
그러니까 원래 처음에 시작에 우두를 치는 것까지는 되게 좋았어요.
Well, it was good until we started the boss.
특성을 공허의 감옥보다 먼저 쓰면 안 돼요. 그래서 제가
And I should not use the sanctification before the void prison is dropped off.
공허의 감옥 딱 들어가고 망했다 싶고 막 자기들 다 죽는데요.
But I thought we were going to lose right after the void prison was dropped on top of the sanctification.
핵을 뛰래요. 그래서 저도 핵을 뛸 생각에서 같이 뛰었어요.
But he actually, Honkono shouted out after losing team fight that I should run with the golem, with the boss to the core.
이제 다 같이 이제 거기서부터 기도하고 있었죠. 라인 클리어 먼저 하고.
And everyone was just
기도하는데 이제
praying for the boss to go a little faster if it was possible. And I think that was the decision making at the very end.
오늘은 어느 정도예요?
제가 진짜 우승도 꽤 많이 했거든요.
I had lots of winning history, but I think all the glory, all the trophies, it doesn't matter. I think tonight's series was the best game I've ever played.
리액션의 합은 저는 히어로즈 중계하면서 정말 다시 한번 정말 얘기 드리죠. 처음 봤어요.
Like those kind of reaction, those faces after the match you guys took the series, we have never seen that kind of reaction coming out from Tempest and Heroes of the Storm in Korea. How happy are you guys?
저희가 준비할 시간이 많지 않았어요.
We didn't have too much time to prepare.
저희가 새로운 걸 또 가져오긴 했어요.
But we did bring some new things.
되게 긴장도 많이 되고 하더라고요.
And as it is new, it gave us nervousness going in.
저희 기분도 똑같았거든요. 근데 맨 마지막에 이렇게 얘기하니까 기분이 너무 좋아요.
We were feeling exactly the same at the end, but winning after all through this, it feels super awesome.
아 근데 원래 저희가 생각이 그거였어요. 빛나를 그냥 주고 너네 그냥 운영 굴리려면 굴리고 우린 한타 다 잡겠다.
We wanted them to have right wing, do macro all you want, but we can catch all the team fight.
안 되는 판 안 되더라고요.
But the ones that did not work, it just did not roll in our favor at all.
그리고 겐지를 또 사인 선수가 하고
네.
계속 포지션을 바꿔가면서
And you had some role swaps
이기는
like Sign, you were
방법을
playing
찾아왔어요.
Genji even
네,
once.
이렇게 과감하게 선택할 수 있었던 이유가 있나요?
Is there a reason
원래
behind
저희 팀
these
자체가 되게 색깔이
crazy changes
그냥
behind?
포지션에 구애받지 않고 내 스타일에 맞는 거 내가 하자 이 생각이에요.
네.
근데
Our
이제
style is to
연습을
really
좀
not really to
하면서
be
이거는 너가 해볼래,
sticking with the
형이
role,
해볼래
but
좀 바꿔가면서
the ones you
하다
feel
보니까
comfortable that we can
스크림
pull
전투가
off with the
전부 다 훨씬 좋더라고요.
flexibility in our team, which has been working so much better. So we decided to go towards that
사지라고
movement
이제 사람들이
for the
느낌이
team
좀
as how we
이상했어요.
are just changing roles to our
이런
comfort picks.
느낌이었었는데 스스로 겐지 앞으로도 볼 수 있을까요?
Signs Genji, do you think we'll see a lot more?
트레이서 처음 했을 때도 되게 그랬어요. 트레이서 대회에서 처음 했을 때
Well, just
저희
like my
예능이라고.
tracer at the
진짜
beginning,
못했거든요. 근데
I was
오늘
really
겐지 약간
bad,
그 느낌이었어요. 그러니까
네.
but it was just like that when I was
스크림이랑
playing Genji
플레이를 하면
tonight.
되게 잘 되는데 첫 대회다 보니까 좀
At
긴장을
first, it
했더라고요.
was kind of
그래서
nervous,
좀 많이 아쉬웠던 것 같아요.
and it
그래서
was,
아쉬웠다.
there were
그래도
lots of
이제,
disappointing
운영이라든가
moments, but I
전체적으로
think
뭔가
it will
상대방을
come
끌고
through
다니는
later on.
플레이보다는 한타 위주로 그동안 많이 하셨는데요.
네, 그렇죠.
이제 앞으로도 뭔가 좀 이런 부분을
As you
보강을
formed
해야
lots of
된다.
team
아니면
team
그냥 우리
comps
템페스트는 원래
for the
이겨왔고
team fight.
이런 식을 더 강화시킬 거다. 뭐
Or do
이런
you
게
think
있나요?
you will go towards macro,
원래
or what's going to
한국에서는
happen later on?
보강시킬 생각을 안 했어요. 근데 이번에 유럽에 가면은
We did not
유럽
actually focus
이제
onto
여러
the
가지 많이
macro at all,
하잖아요.
but
그러면
when
이제
we
많이 휘둘릴 수도
go
있을
and
것
meet
같아서 그런 부분 좀 더 보완하고
lots of EU
대신에 저희
teams,
색깔은 안
we
버리고
may
있어요.
actually be
아,
swept with their
버리지
macro
않고
play.
원래
So
우리가 이런 걸 잘해야
for that
되니까.
time, and also we
확실히 이런 식으로
intentionally did not want
어때요?
to
이번에 이제
show our
월드
macro play, as
챔피언십에서
they will
네.
try to play that
템페스트
against us. We were trying to hide that strategy in a way.
마지막 티켓팅 하는데 거기서 막 서로 막 주거니 받거니 하다 결국 마지막에 올라오셨는데 어때요? 몇 등까지?
What do you think you'll finish in BlizzCon?
원래 저희 팀이 이제 저희 팀 선수들이 저 빼고 다 이제 블리즈컨이 처음이에요. 락다운 선수는 2번이나 떨어졌고.
Except
그래서
for
이번
myself,
대회를 좀 많이 준비를 하고
my team
좀
is
많이
they're going BlizzCon for the first time.
기대를 하고 있어요.
애송이들이네요.
We are expecting.
네, 좀
They're all
그렇죠.
rookies, right? Yes, they're rookies.
그래가지고
As I'm the only one
지금까지
with the experience.
지금까지도 열심히 했지만 지금보다 더
We did
열심히
practice a
해가지고
lot. I think we're gonna practice a
최대한
lot
높은
more.
곳을 바라고 싶어요.
We will do the best
저는
to go up
보통 이제 마무리 멘트로
as
이제
high as
팬분들한테
possible in
얘기를
BlizzCon.
하잖아요. 근데
네.
저는 오늘만큼은 선수들 같은 팀 선수들한테
But oftentimes we have shout-outs to fans, but today
그래요.
let's have
정말
shout-out
열심히
to your
했잖아요.
teammates
정말
instead,
열심히 하는 모습을 봐서
because they played so well together
저
with
이거
you today.
영상 편지 이런 식으로.
좋아요.
So it's like It's like a video
진심을
letter
몹시
to your teammates. It's kind of embarrassing,
얘들아,
but
우선은
Oh,
내가
guys,
진짜 오랫동안 봤는데
it's been a long
이번 시즌처럼
time,
너네가 열심히 하는 걸 한 번도 못 본 것 같아.
and I don't think
이번
we have
시즌 진짜
ever
열심히 하고
practiced and
다
played
같이
this
노력하고
hard
있으니까
as we are practicing and
가서
playing this
좋은
together. Let's go to
모습을
BlizzCon and
보여보자꾸나.
네, 이
let's
얘기를 해석을
let's
한번
try to do our
해드리겠습니다.
best.
너희들 그동안에 열심히 안 했는데 이번에는
Well,
그래도
translating
열심히
that
하네.
into other words, you guys weren't not really practicing too hard, but once you started practicing really well,
네,
we can
또
play
질문
this
들어왔죠.
well.
아바투르 인터뷰가 있는데요.
That's how
템페스트는 작년 펭귄 의상, 성조기 의상, 같은 게임 외적인 이목도 많이 끌었던 걸로
well, Tempest
기억합니다.
had some
이번 블리즈컨에서도 게임 외적인 퍼포먼스
crazy fashions like
아
penguins,
근데 그게 그렇게
American
막
flag
성적이
and
좋지가
all
않아요.
that, but
펭귄 옷 같은
is there,
경우는
will there be anything
펭귄 옷이 딱
other than
펭귄
that,
옷으로
like
데뷔하자마자
he's
한
mentioning
방에
Honkano?
보여요, 템페스트가. 그래서 그거에 대한 약간 트라우마가 생긴 것 같아요. 근데 저희 팀 전체는 아닌데 이대영 선수는 좀 그쪽으로 관심이 많아요.
Well, we're not really focused
아,
on that
이대영
at all, but
선수가
I think
SNS
Honkano is
이런 데
really
다
focused
올려줄
on
것 같아요.
those.
하긴 이
all
월드
the-
챔피언시면
all the
모든 그
attention?
현장에 가서
네.
또 많은 팬분들 앞이기 때문에 의상이라던가 아마 한 달 내내 게임하는 것보다 그런 것도
So that
생각하면
fashion on that,
안
well,
되잖아요.
he will have
그렇죠.
a
게임을
month
생각해야
to
돼.
play the game in
뭔가
practice, but I think he will be
새로운
thinking
것을
about
보여줄
those
수 있을
fashion
거다.
things
네, 그렇죠.
a little more,
그렇습니다.
possibly.
이렇게 진짜
Is that Honkano?
묻지마
Yes, sign
명령기를
confirms.
만들어내면서 아마 본인이 조금 좀 힘이 들거나 이럴 땐 마지막 경기 마지막 장면 보세요.
Whenever you
저도
feel
그러거든요.
downward,
가끔
when you're
보는 게 하나
depressed,
있어요.
please
제가
go back
예전에
and watch the
이제
final
MBC 전에
moments of your
TL을
shots
한번
right after
만났는데
you won.
그때 TRL로 혼자 가가지고 그 TRL 자폭으로 핵깬 게 있거든요 경기에서.
아,
힘들 때마다 그걸 봐요.
I do have a moment with my Tiro play where I use the trait value to the
그렇죠.
maximum.
야, 이제 정말 인생
Whenever I
명장면을
can't play well,
만들어내면서
when I go
사인
through a
선수가
slump.
나중에 이제 친구들과 함께 모여서 계속해서 볼 수 있는 명장면을 만들어냈습니다. 자 그럼 이제 마지막으로
네.
많은 팬분들에게 오늘 5,000만
And of
명이
course,
들어왔어요.
at the end.
와.
거의
진짜 많아요.
6천만 명이 봤습니다.
We had about
시청자분들이
50,
아주 많이
60
보셨는데
million
같이
Heroes
보셨는데
people
집에서
watching
혼자
your
있어도 아마
series
소리
tonight.
지르실 거예요.
네.
그분들 모두가 박수도 보내주셨을 거고.
네,
As we have
그분들에게
4 billion people in global too.
우선은 이렇게까지
Shout out
많이
to your
관람해주셔서
fans.
되게 감사하고요. 그리고
Thanks to all the rooting.
못할 때도 많았어요.
And Tempest, there has been moments
항상
where
응원해주시고
it was
그때도
not perfect,
많이
it was not good for the
지켜봐
team.
이번에는
but
좋은
we went
모습만
through that, and
보여드리고
this
싶어요.
time,
그래서 이번에 블리즈컨 가면은
As we go to BlizzCon,
그 우승도 할 수 있으면 해서 최대한 좋은
and hopefully we can
모습
become the
보여드리도록
champion
하겠습니다.
also,
네,
and we will
정말 축하드립니다.
prepare
네,
our
월드
best
챔피언십 때
to do our
개건
best.
해설로 안 오게
And
돼서
congratulations,
정말
Sign,
감사합니다.
once
네,
again.
정말 다행이고요.
I wish
자, 미국에서
It's
멋진
been good
경기로
that
우리나라 히어로즈의
sometimes you came
뜨거운
as
경기를
a special
만들어드리도록
commentator
하겠습니다.
because you
자,
cannot go to
오늘의
abroad,
사이선은
but
여기서 보내고요.
with that, you will be
경기 결과
going
정리해드리겠습니다.
to BlizzCon, and that's it for the interview. Seems so, it feels so good to have Sign smiling on that desk.
And for 3 consecutive BlizzCon qualification matches, lockdown, his first 2 he failed, he made the 3rd one, and he is finally able to go to his first BlizzCon. The same would be true of Hyde. Of course, Hyde only playing in 2, but he will advance. This is no team that's, strangers to traveling internationally. And we'll see how well H82 plays his first big competition. So everyone else has massive experience advantages, but no one's ever seen a crowd like this except for, as mentioned, Sign. Guys, it has been a fantastic year of Heroes of the Storm here. I really enjoyed commentating with you, G-Clef, and of course we've had Rally on a few times here. But that is it, man. It was possibly the most epic finish we could have ever asked for Heroes here in Korea. And it's kind of hitting me now that it's all come to an end. It's going to be the end of the season.
Don't cry, Wolf.
I mean, who knows when HGC 2018 is going to start, man. It's going to be a while since I sit in this room with you. And
it will be next year for sure. And as we have the result, we're going to see the final results of the playoff. Blossom defeating MVP Miracle with a 3-1 in round 1. Mighty versus Blossom Mighty advancing to the last day in the round 3. But Tempest having such a good series, such a close series against Mighty, but they are the one going to BlizzCon, guys. All 5, MVP Black and Tempest, are your Korean representatives.
That's right. And, I mean, what a fantastic, fantastic year. Improvements made by all teams. Meta shifts from time and time again. We lived through the Genji meta, double support meta,
Malfurion
meta. Even the Varian meta was a thing. We've seen a lot of metas here. We've cast a lot in this room. And we almost cast Mighty going to the first BlizzCon. We'll be Tempest doing just that, though, going on to BlizzCon. Korean teams have a lot to prove. Europe defeating them, having a Europe versus Europe finals at the mid-season brawl. Korea only dominating the Eastern clashes. The Koreans not only getting top 4 at mid-season brawl, looking for revenge. I think that there's a lot of fantasy series going into BlizzCon. But the thing that these 3 Korean teams want to do, and especially Black, is to get revenge for mid-season brawl. So that's the storyline going into this one. That's where the story of HGC Korea ends here until we see BlizzCon. What happens with the rest of the teams, I can't tell you. I imagine we'll have a lot of roster swaps, a lot of sponsor changes. But, BlizzCon should be fantastic.
I think every single one of these Korean teams are capable of taking BlizzCon, though. Even you saw Tempest, even L5 destroying Tempest, and also Black on top of that with a perfect 14-0 this phase. So expect a lot from Korean teams, and they are looking to take that crown back from EU. And maybe once we're back in this room next year, maybe we'll say, I knew Korea was the best.
We might say that. I don't think I personally won't say that until we watch the opening week of BlizzCon. That's where we're going to see some clashes of Korea versus the other regions. I'm very excited for that. Very excited for the groups to be finalized for BlizzCon as well. G-Clef, it's been a great season casting with you. This is going to be the end for us for HGC Korea. We've got 1 match left for both EU and North America, guys. Do not miss it. Stay in this channel. And for myself and G-Clef and HGC Korea, we'll see you next year.